it would be hard to sort of make a case they've undermined trust in the internet generally. If you look at people's usage, I have not seen any data that suggests that people are buying less in e-commerce than they were before the Edward Snowden revelations came out, or anything like that.
What about the balkanization of data, though? I mean, there's a lot of talk here in Germany about storing the cloud in Germany.
Again, my sense is that there are that these things have not yet quite happened. But I think that people are disturbed about the intrusiveness, across the board. I think and I think the crazy thing about it is that my sense is that we're not dealing with a Big Brother type state. It was not like the NSA really knew everything, that it was that it was massively intrusive. It probably was massively incompetent. So it was this bureaucracy on autopilot that simply collected all the data in the world because it could. I don't think it did very much with it, and I think that's probably the other shocking story. So there's a sort of civil libertarian critique of the NSA that it was too intrusive. There is a technocratic critique, which I have, which is that it was just incompetent. That if you had a competent security agency, it would be able to figure out that there's a very small amount of data that you need to get, and so it's a sign of extraordinary incompetence to say that you need to get everything. I think Berlin is probably the place where it is most acceptable to try to do something new. And where if you say that you're an entrepreneur or you're starting a company, people will not immediately say, oh, why did you fail at your last job? Why are you so incompetent? Or something like that, which is this question that sort of is in the background in many other parts of Europe. It also helps that Berlin is very inexpensive. When you start a business, you don't expect to make that much money, and there's something about the affordability that I think is tremendous. And I think it has actually gotten to a point where you have this critical mass, which at some point starts to jumpstart. It's not quite there yet, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, why haven't we seen a big exit, or why haven't we seen a big IPO?
Well, the why questions are always much harder to answer than what. So I can say that we have not yet seen a big exit or a big IPO, and I think that's probably one of the critical things that has to happen. My best answer is that people have sold the companies too early, and they've been too eager to quickly transact and sell their businesses, and have not had the commitment or vision to build one up over decades.